Good afternoon. Happy Saturday. Happy weekend to all you guys out there. You Heskins, especially. Yeah. 4:54 p.m. British Standard Time, UTC, Greenwich Mean Time. Bringing them all back. I hate UTC time. Sounds so inert. Yeah. GMT sounds better, right? Yeah, so I can't go a day without posting something on YouTube, right? I'm addicted. It's like crack. It's not for the likes because I don't get many likes, but it's all good. It's all good. It's good putting my thoughts out there, especially during lockdown. We're still kind of basically lockdown-ish. Pubs are open, but the weather so crappy. You have to sit outside in the cold, in the wind, in the rain, drinking your beer, huddled together. If you dare to be huddled next to somebody else. Yeah. Young people, obviously, they don't give a crap, do they? They just go about the business. But yeah, Britain, who knows if Boris will let us hug yet. Crazy stuff going on. Yeah. Anyway, I wrote a blog on Medium, so I thought I'd just give it a share because most people don't like to read, so it's okay. And I don't like to write. Oh my god, such a chore. It took me good 3-4 hours of work, and it's just if I read it, it's gonna take me 20 minutes to read. So the upside of writing, though, is that the words on print, even if it's digital print, last longer. And on Medium, I can edit as I go along. So it's not like writing back in the day where you write your manuscripts and then send it off to printers, and it's kind of, oh no, I've got new ideas I want to update. So I really do like Medium. It's such a great resource. And respect to all you writers out there. Anyway, let's share screen, Chrome tab, and this is basically on Pulse Chain, but it gives you the background of EIP-1559, right? And what's going on with that, and basically layer 2 solutions, right? Yeah, and why Pulse from the get-go should be a winner. Here we go. Can you see? Here we go. Blow up the screen. Full size. Now. So the title is "What's Going On with Ethereum? EIP-1559 is forcing layer 2 to the forefront." So half-life is the time that it takes for half of the original value to decay. One half-life is the time that it takes for the activity of a source to fall to half its original value. You hear Michael Saylor talk about thermodynamics. This is why he brings it up. The second law of thermodynamics can be used to help understand why radioactive decay occurs. The half-life of monetary energy stored in a weak fiat currency is around 2 years, given countries with deeply corrupt governments such as Venezuela, Argentina. You can add South Africa, Pakistan, India, right? There's so many, the list goes on. The half-life of money in a strong fiat currency is about 5 years. Bet you didn't know that. Not much better, but enough time for you to earn it, use it, and deploy it. Given the massive QE costs global central banks, it's not just the Fed, it's global. It's global phenomenon. Phenomenon. I can't even say that word. Phenomenon. I can't say that word. Joe Biden has 3 stimulus packages with a current total of $6 trillion on the way. Dogecoin, which began in 2013, has a half-life of approximately 20 years. Shorters, be warned. The half-life of Bitcoin is potentially centuries, if not forever, dependent on continual adoption along the S-curve and the supply emission tailing off in 2140. So another 120 years, right? Ethereum. ETH likely has the second longest half-life in crypto. Okay, it's number 2 crypto in the world, right? It has the largest group of developers. Berlin has been released, which was, I think, last month, right? April 15th. I think it's a month ago, exactly. We shall speed up transaction times while slightly reducing fees. But the real major jump will be this July. We think it's going to be July, when EIP-1559 will be released, making Ethereum deflationary by burning ETH, thus making its supply even more scarce. So me and Arthur are on the same kind of wavelength. We don't think this is a good idea. Ethereum already has a supply shortage, as Ethereum is being withdrawn from exchanges into long-term storage, DeFi, and then NFTs, locking up large amounts of ETH. Institutions and companies recognizing Ethereum as well as BTC, ETH futures, are live. Plus the launch of Ethereum ETFs, not just grayscale, but actual proper ETFs, right? There's not enough to go around. EIP-1559, if successfully launched, should propel the price of Ethereum to unthinkable heights. It is $3,888 as of right now, May 15th. Just simple supply and demand at work. So this is ETH on the Bitstamp. The ICO price, I think, was set at 30 cents. So it launched, spiked up, came back down almost to ICO price, but didn't. So even if you gave up your Bitcoin, you were never at a loss. You're always positive. Interesting to know. So we blow up. Yes. So we are at 39.13 when I took the picture of this graph earlier, and the low was $80. $80 to 8,100x. Bitcoin in 2017's bull run basically did 100x, right? So that makes sense. But Bitcoin didn't have all the above mentioned DeFi, NFTs, right? Didn't have Ethereum futures live and up and running, right? Right? This is completely different environment. So 500x, maybe end of the year. I mean, look at that ascent. It's not even gone vertical yet. Did it go vertical here? This is hard to see on a area chart, because what if ETH peaked at what? This is one round here. For a few weeks, it did go vertical. So maybe it hits 8K and then messes around 10 and then doubles to 20, right? That will be what? 20K will be 200x. It should outperform Bitcoin's 2017 performance. That's kind of my general thesis. Layer 1 rivals such as Cardano and Binance Smart Chain will coexist as their fees and transaction times remain well below that of Ethereum's trading fees on Binance. You give up a non-BNB asset is 0.1%. If you pay in BNB, Binance token is 0.04%. Would you like to do that on Uniswap? Yeah. Ethereum's transactions fees remain exorbitant right now, but it offers the greatest network effect. Thus, its perceived level of security would appeal to larger companies who can afford the higher fees. This is the kind of narrative, right? Smaller companies, well, if you're running a big DeFi code and you're making 100K on a trade, on an execution, on transaction, right, on Ethereum, you're willing to pay $1,000, right? Flash loans, etc. It's been proven. Smaller companies may opt for Cardano, and high-frequency traders or shitcoins will choose Binance due to the near zero fees, even though it lacks decentralization, which is not of importance to adrenaline junkies. Layer 2 companies such as Phantom, Solana, Polygon, which is Matic, and Harmony One, which is a Binance, what's that platform? IDO? Something like that. Launched on Binance anyway, which coexist alongside ETH, offers superior scalability. Thus, their transaction times are a huge help to ETH, as both platforms can be used together. Right? You just go on MetaMask and you toggle it, and you can jump from Ethereum network to Matic or one of these, I guess. You might need to like paste in some sort of address or something, but it's easy. I heard. Never done it. While some think decentralized computer crypto companies such as ETH, Cardano, and EOS can coexist, much as PCs such as Dell and Compaq, remember Compaq, hit their stride in the 1990s and beyond. ETH has a powerful network effect in the form of its level of security. While companies can easily port over to ADA, a large company is unlikely and has already integrated into the ETH ecosystem. The benefits outweigh the fees, yeah. Should Bitcoin eventually solve its scaling issues? Maybe. What's that Instipe? Instripe? I heard Michael Saylor talking about it. I was talking to somebody from that company, right? I think it's Jack Mahler. An ongoing issue for many years and make it simple for companies to port over, like a smart contract. Nah, it's not unlikely, right? You never know. You never know. Some sort of sidechain, but this has been ongoing for years and years, right? It is likely to dominate since it is the most secure network with its massive hash rate. Right now, the narrative of Bitcoin being digital gold with its disinflationary protocol and its store of value killer app will coexist with Ethereum with its up-and-coming deflationary coin metrics. The major negative of this move by consensus Ethereum by moving to a deflationary model once Ethereum embarks on its moon mission to 100x, and beyond is that it increases the incentive to move away from using this digital oil to hoarding this valuable commodity. Amazon Web Services runs a third of global cloud infrastructure services, a true global computer. A centralized global computer, but if you build a website, you probably use some sort of web building company, and that web building company will use Amazon Web Services, right? So there must be some sort of Chinese version, maybe Alibaba of Amazon. That's why it's only a third, why it's not 50-60%, right? This is gonna this will make people question themselves. More than 60% of Ethereum nodes run in the cloud, right? Mining farms, I guess, some sort of cloud network. But 25% of Ethereum nodes run on Amazon Web Services. I think even Consensus uses Amazon Web Services. Imagine that. As this becomes more common knowledge, the notion of a decentralized blockchain world computer narrative is killed, or at least diminished, right? Joe Lubin decided to opt for tokenomics that pumps instead. Users be damned. Show me the Benjis. Pulse chain, the new kid on the block. A multi-chain universe is inevitable. I'm a Hetscan and proud to have learned about crypto from Richard Hart. Before Richard Hart was, Trace Meyer, Andreas, Max, Kaiser, so on. So he was another pillar in my crypto understanding and knowledge. But prior to Hex launching, I discovered Richard, 2 years ago, roughly, April 2019-ish. So I watched with great interest as he went about crafting and releasing a blockchain savings product. The notion of getting paid interest was still not a common thing in crypto. Celsius was around, but their users, the user numbers was very low. I was there. Running on the best public blockchain at the time, fees were negligible in the early days. Sending ERC20s cost only pennies. Yeah, like a penny or 2 pennies, literally. Creating staking contracts for Hex were only $1 or $2. Granted, I knew the bear market would not last forever and expected the bull market and Ethereum fees to naturally rise. As the blocks become fuller with more transactions and the economic energy within the industry multiplies. But $70 to send a digital token in the era of Venmo and Cash App seems like pure greed and not how businesses are run. Fleecing your customers is a quick way to ensure they will never come back. You've all had that feeling of being, being taken for a mug, right? You ever go back into that shop or that website or that business? Once you're burned, they're done for, right? Oh my god, I spent so much in gas this year. Yeah, but so have a lot of Hexkins and other users. It's not just me, it's not just Hexkins, it's Joe Lubin raping your pockets. There are quarter million Hex wallets. Did you know that? And over 30,000 savers on the network. Yeah, we're basically, Hex is a community savings cooperative. You're all in it together. So your behavior and how you use Hex affects other people, right? That's why Richard has designed the penalties thus. So if you don't fulfill your contractual obligations, you will be basically punished. And those that do continue to, honor the contracts get half those rewards, including obviously the daily interest. Forking over thousands of dollars to transact on Ethereum, money that could have been used to secure their own financial future by saving, not burning. Not to mention the many thousands of new savers being priced out using Hex. Yeah, I can't recommend mind promote Hex now to no coin. It's tough. You're gonna have to come in like 10, 15, 20, 30 grand, right? You can't just come in with a couple of grand anymore. It's ridiculous. Enter Pulse Chain, a fork of Ethereum to alleviate the pain of the masses. 4 times faster, blocks cheaper, also designed to appreciate like Hex did. Do you wish you could go back to days when Ethereum was under $1? Many will FUD you from participating, like the Bitcoiners who FUDded Vitalik Buterin's ICO pre-launch. I think he was hanging around the Bitcoiners around in 2013. I think in 2014, he wrote the white paper and put it on some sort of forum. I think 2015, it was fully launched, right? Fully launched. It was live trading, right? Some Bitcoiners decided to depart with their precious Bitcoin, understanding the role that smart contracts will play in the future of crypto. Yeah, it's not just money. You need a platform for people to do commerce, right? Isn't that obvious? And in a smart, decentralized way on a public blockchain. 31,529 Bitcoins were sacrificed for Ethereum's ICO based on a white paper and ethereal idea, if you will. Basically a huge leap of faith. This guy who looks like how he looks, Vitalik, and he got shunned from the Bitcoin community. Remember, these were libertarians, crypto cypherpunks, and they wanted a hard money. They wanted some sort of digital gold. Satoshi created the whole mining to kind of represent a digital version of gold mining, right? So when this guy comes along and talks about, all these crazy ideas, and he was just like booted out, but still, there was enough Bitcoiners who understood economics to give him a chance, right? Like a Silicon Valley fund, right? Back in the day, they were like, "Yeah, I've got 100. I'm getting 50 blocks for free, maybe. I'll give you a couple, maybe 10." Pulse will launch fully operational with economic energy provided by the many hexagons around the world. Like I said, there's 250,000 wallets in Hex, 30,000 savers. We have money. The market cap of Hex currently stands at $31 billion. How many Ethereum and other ERC20s will be injected into Pulse chain from day one? So the sacrifice phase, which is basically where you get the chance to give up some tokens. We are giving up tokens, right? There's no expectations to receive, potentially, again, no expectations of a Pulse token. These are all legal kind of cover your Richard's own ass, right? He has to kind of say that, right? And since there has been no legal attack on the Hex, there was at the beginning by crypto lawyers, crypto funding lawyers who didn't even understand their own law. They, there's a brilliant interview with Tone Vase and 3 other lawyers. And Richard pops onto the feed. He sees some FUD being thrown at Hex's way. This is like day one. Richard was been awake for over 20 hours. And he hops on, no food, no sleep. And he basically just does battle with four lawyers and Tone Vase. 3 lawyers and Tone Vase. That's, ready to gangbang him for one. If he slipped up one word here and there, it's a masterful piece of defensive and attacking verbal jousting. From that moment, the respect levels I had for Richard just went through the roof. I've never seen anybody do anything like that before. Amazing. He went on for hours after being awake for 20 hours, right? And that period when he was awake for 20 hours, I think it was live streaming 2 hexagons, right? If 30,000 Hex savers sacrifice, that's why he kind of laid the foundation of why hexagons work so hard, right there. He set the example, set the standard. What I'm doing is nothing compared to what he does, right? If 30,000 Hex savers sacrifice 1 Ethereum, it would equal $117 million. I should be sacrificing more than 1 Ethereum. See chart below. Oh, I missed this. Ethereum's crowd sale attracted 18.4 million USD in Bitcoin. Just basically 31,000 BTC times an average price of 583, you get 18.4 million USD. If 30,000 Hex savers sacrifice 1 Ethereum, it would equal $170 million. I should be sacrificing more than 1 Ethereum. I'm not too sure how many, or Hex, whatever. But it would be more than 1 Ethereum's worth. I guarantee that. So somebody sent this to me. I'm not on Twitter, so you must have got it from Twitter. Sacrifice. You will get 10,000 Pulse tokens for each unknown X token, which could be ETH. So 1 ETH turns into what? 10,000 Pulse. Now, here's the question. If you donate 1 ETH, you get 10,000 Pulse, potentially, right? If you donate 1 feed chain, an ERC20, which is worth 10,000 times less than ETH, would you get 10,000 Pulse? There's got to be some dollar value attached to this, right? I'm assuming. Or not. Then you would just find the cheapest ERC20 about, right? So, still to be determined. I think it's just because it will take too much wording to put in this little graphic. So if you hold some ETH on your MetaMask or whatever, I think he's snapshotting the whole Ethereum network, right? So if you hold an ERC20 in some sort of open a wallet where you can hold your own keys, essentially a non-custodial wallet, that would make sense in my eyes. So if obviously it can't be on an exchange, exchanges can't claim, exchanges won't be given any tokens, I believe. Why would you? If you want to get some Pulse tokens, you have to buy them on the open market. You Binance, etc. Airdrop. You will get 1 Pulse for 1 ETH you hold in your wallet. If you do not transact or move the freemium Pulse, it will be removed. Oh, you have to. Okay. So, say if you've got a MetaMask wallet, and you have 1 ETH, you'll be airdropped 1 Pulse. But after that, okay, you're still on the Ethereum network, right? I understand. This is why I like kind of streaming. It kind of it's easier for me to get ideas cemented in my head. So if you don't move it, the airdrop will be reversed and it'll go back to Pulse chain, right? Will it be burned or will it go into some sort of pool? I don't know. So you get the free Pulse token. You have to move it to the Pulse chain network, right? That makes sense. That's good. That's a good thing to do. Fork copy tokens. You will get a 1-to-1 copy of the ERC20 tokens you hold. Only the tokens will be copied. Obviously, you can't copy value. That's for the market to decide over time. Parameters. I can't say this word either. Parameters. I can't say the words. I can't say P words anymore. What's going on? Maybe I'm just focused on Pulse Chain. Am I? Pulse Chain is a blessing. Long-term savers should be rewarded for their commitment. Richard Hart will make it so for the second time. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. And how is Hex doing? 5.5 pennies. 5.5 pennies. So I guess it took a dip. Did it come out with a Bollinger Band yesterday? Now I'm curious. Okay, let me start screen. Share screen. All right. On yesterday's stream, I think we did 7 days already of Hex closing above a daily Bollinger Band. I've only seen Silver do 7 days before. Did Hex beat it? Bar, candle, Bollinger Band. Oh, not compare, indicator. Bollinger. After John Bollinger, the creator. It's good to create something like that, right? Just come up with like a simple math algorithm back in the day, and yeah, I want to keep the price contained within this little bands, but very useful at certain times. Look, when these bands come together, it indicates a move coming. This is low vol, that's high vol, right? Then bands separate, then it goes to low volatility, and then boom, explosion. Look at the lower band off the chart. Anyway, let's do the count. Then I'm going. So 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 days, 6 days, 7 day. Did Hex do 8 days? Upper Bollinger Band 6.3328. Hex closed at. Oh, it just missed it. 6.384. Oh, it missed it by 0.005 of a dollar. Oh man, thousandths, 5 thousandths of a dollar. It was so close, but oh well. What did it do today? Yeah, it dumped down to 4.2 on the Uniswaps. People took profits. Obviously, on weekend, you got a chance to transact. During the week, you can't really, unless you're coming in and buying. So yeah, obviously, if there's enough traders in Hex, you still want to trade it. So God bless them. You're missing out on daily interest, but if you want to maximize your Hex token stack, you can trade Hex. Look, downward break, boom. Bollinger Bands, boom. Right, you can trade it, but you have to use the Ethereum network. Wait to Pulse network, people. So you 7 days. It didn't quite make 8. And look, came down and tagged these upper trend. This trend from here. It's not even accurate, but it proved to be accurate. Amazing. That's why I was trying to keep these random lines on there. How would you draw that? It's right there. But I'll get rid of them soon. Amazing from here. We almost went back into this parabolic upward trend, right? So maybe you can do like a fan of parabolas. And this is kind of that, right? So maybe like a midline. Yeah, okay, I'll do a midline. Should we get rid of that one? No, get rid of this one. Let's see, trend line. Boom. Common trading view. Help me out. Something like that. Something like that. So if pulse chain sacrifice phase starts around here, you could be at 29 cents. Boom, boom. Or higher. I don't know. There's no coins to buy. I've talked about this. There's only 118 million freely available Hex tokens on Uniswap, right, on the pools, version 1, 2, and 3, I believe. So yeah, extremely bullish. Extremely bullish. Yeah. I think I'm done. Writing that article took so much out of me. I hate writing. I did it for you guys. All right, guys. Peace. I'm out. Balaji.